Good morning. And today's Saturday, and it is baking day in my kitchen. And we are starting off with a mint cookie, peppermint cookie that I haven't done any peppermint or mint in my baking series. There is probably not my favorite. Um, oh my gosh, my favorite extract to use. I said the wrong word, but I think these cookies are actually some of my family's favorite, and so I'm going to go ahead and mix them up. And I think actually all you mint lovers are going to be really happy I put one of these in my baking series. So these are peppermint snowballs, and they are very similar to the Russian tea cake cookies that I make, but these have the addition of peppermint. And I actually found the crushed peppermint, so I don't have to crush the candy canes, which if you want to crush your candy canes, you can, but these are specialty, and I actually found them in our grocery store. So like all small towns, we have a Walmart, but it's quite a ways away, and actually it's not that far away, but the Walmart doesn't carry a lot of the specialty things, but our regular grocery store actually carried the crushed candy canes. I was looking for the chocolate stars to go on top of some of my blossom cookies. Could not find those, so I might have to order some of those in, but I found the crushed candy canes. So these are amazingly good in these cookies. These cookies only require 7 ingredients. 2 really important things though. You want your butter to sit out on the counter and be soft. You don't want to melt the butter. It needs to be soft. And this recipe needs to cool in the fridge for 30 minutes before we bake it. So this takes just a couple of extra steps to make it simple. I recommend a stand mixer with this one, just to kind of get it whipped up nice and airy. And let's get started. So I'll just tell you the ingredients as I'm going. I'm going to do 1 cup of butter, and I'm using salted butter, so I don't add any extra salt. So we'll use salted butter there, nice and soft. And then 3/4 cup of confectioners powdered sugar. So I've got just the plain white sugar here, and we need 3/4 of a cup. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup. Okay, so we're gonna whip those two together for a minute. Whoop, get them nice and airy, nice and light and airy. Don't put the powdered sugar away because we will need that for rolling them when they are out of the oven. Okay. Now, you need 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 teaspoon of peppermint extract. So just let that stir. So just whip that up pretty good. Okay, I'm going to add in the teaspoon of each. Don't put more than a teaspoon of the peppermint in here because it's a very strong flavoring. I'm going to have to go to the store today. I didn't think I was going to, but I think that was the end of my vanilla. So 1 teaspoon of each. Whew, that's strong stuff, that peppermint. Okay, I'm gonna mix that in. Okay, I'm gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl because when I add the flour, I wanna make sure that we're getting it all in there. Okay, got that scraped down. Okay, so now we're gonna add 2 1/4 cup of flour. Got my 4th cup. So 2 1/4 cup. Just make sure you're doing this nice and light so you don't get too much flour in there. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to put this in. It's going to feel like the dough is very dry. So we're going to mix this in, but it does come together here. It just takes a little bit longer. So we're just going to mix it nice and light until the flour is all incorporated. Then we're going to get our crushed candy canes ready. So we're going to use a 1/3 cup. I'm going to grab a scissors. I've got a couple of different things I'm going to use this candy canes for. Oh, they smell good. All right. So it's going to kind of be like a harder dough, and it's coming together now. Okay. You can kind of see it's like stuck to my thing here, which is fine. All right, so now we're going to add a 1/3 cup of the peppermint. Oh, these are so Christmassy. I love it. I love Christmas. The dogs are patiently waiting behind me to go for a walk. That's our next thing on the... While these are cooling in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, I got to take them out for a walk. All right, so we're just going to lightly mix that in. It's going to make a little noise because of the candy canes. All right, and that's it. Just real light like that. Okay. I lost that again. All right, so isn't that dough just so pretty? Okay, now these are going to go in the refrigerator. I'm going to put a cover over it, just probably a towel because it's for 30 minutes. I don't want to waste saran wrap on that. Or if you have a bowl cover, some of these KitchenAid mixers now come with a bowl cover. I don't have that, but all right, so I'm going to just put the entire thing like this into the refrigerator for 30 minutes, and then we will come back and bake it, and we'll show you what to do next. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes, and so I pulled the dough out of the refrigerator for the peppermint snowball cookies, and look how good the dough looks. It's got that peppermint kind of mixed in, the peppermint crumbles. These are good. So we want a tablespoon of round, and we want these bite size. So you don't want ginormous golf ball size. We want to do walnut size like that. And I'm using my hands because this dough is better when it has the warmth of your hands to get them into the nice round balls. So it is going to take some manpower. So we're going to load up our entire tray of these 2 inches apart. Don't press them down because we want these to be snowballs. So we're going to line them up like that. Then I've got the oven at 350 degrees, and we're going to bake them for 15 minutes. These smell really good. So we're not going to coat them in the powdered sugar until they come out of the oven. We're going to do them immediately when they come out of the oven one time. Then we're going to let them cool, and then we'll do them a second time to make sure that that powdered sugar really sticks to them. You can freeze these too. I freeze all of my Christmas balls. I did the Oreo balls. I've done the peanut butter balls. I'm doing cheesecake balls later today, and all of these will be frozen until I'm ready to do the cookie trays. Now I've already, because I bake so much this time of the year, I have already done a ginormous cookie tray for Thanksgiving when we had our big family Thanksgiving. So I'm actually on cookie tray number 2, and I'm talking big cookie trays. I should show you a picture of the last cookie tray I did. I had to empty out my freezer to make room for more. But okay, so I've got 3 left, and then we're going to put them in the oven. Just stick with me for these 3 because I don't want to get my camera all dirty with my hands. This recipe will make about 24 of these if you're kind of wondering for planning purposes. The crushed up candy canes in here just give these a really cute color. All right. Okay, so there we go. So we got our snowballs ready to go in the oven, and I'll show you what they look like as soon as they come out. Okay, the peppermint snowball cookies are done. 15 minutes in the oven at 350. So now we're gonna pull them out like perfectly little round balls that look like that. Okay, so two things here. So you need a cooling rack. These are my really nice Pampered Chef ones that I've had for years. Love them. Okay, then we're gonna take a bowl with powdered sugar. So just put some powdered sugar in a bowl. Okay, these cookies get coated twice. So I'm going to lightly take one off. I'm going to grab a little spatula. All right, so I'm going to lightly take one off. Maybe. They're hot. Okay, we're going to take them off like this. Lightly roll in the powdered sugar. And then they need to go on the cooling sheet. Now I realize I'm making a huge mess under my cooking sheet. Okay, so I probably should have used parchment paper underneath here. Okay, so super simple. Just gonna drop them in while they're warm. You just love when powdered sugar goes everywhere. And then set them on this. Okay, and then we're gonna wait for them to completely cool. And then we're gonna roll them a second time. Because we want to make sure that they are that the powdered sugar sticks. So this is like the first coat. Second, this will feel a little wet. Second coat, it sticks a lot better, but they got to be completely cooled. So I'm gonna finish these, and then I have to go to the store because I have 4 more recipes to bake today, and I'm out of vanilla. That would be a normal kitchen where you're out of something all the time. But yes, I cannot bake the rest of my Christmas cookies today without vanilla. So all right, so that is the first step. So I'm going to wait for them to completely cool, and then we're going to roll them a second time. And then that is your peppermint snowballs. I think you're going to love this recipe. This one's a little bit more steppy than some of the other recipes that I've posted in the last few days, but definitely worth it. Great for cookie trays, something just a little bit different. At Christmas time, it's fun to do all the traditional ones, but it's also really fun to, I had a second pan. It's really fun to mix it up a little bit too and try new flavors and try new different cookies, and you never know, you might find your new absolute favorite cookie. Trying different things too. So that is my snowball recipe. Like I said, when they're completely cool, I'm gonna this one's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna roll them a second time. Like that. Now, if you want to look at the inside of one of the cookies, that's what they look like. Yummy. I can see the peppermint. All right, try them. Oh yeah, those are good. And I am not a huge mint fan. I worked on a riverboat. Totally not related to this, but I worked on a riverboat my summer after I graduated from high school that went up and down the Mississippi River. And it's a southern thing, but they ordered, I was a cocktail waitress, and they ordered mint juleps and grasshoppers. And I think that's what made me really not love the smell of mint, because I served mint drinks absolutely nonstop. Anyway, old story. but these are tasty. So if you love mint, peppermint, candy canes, you're gonna absolutely love these cookies. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Subscribe, tell your friends, copy my recipe, whatever you want to do. But thanks again, and Merry Christmas.